Hey, it's Josh and Tommy at Watch Hill Proper doing another review. This week we are going to take a look at the Old Fitzgerald Bottled in Bond 13-year-old expression. This is the VVS 2024 edition that just came out. So what we know from the back of the bottle is that this is a 25th anniversary bottling, which this juice was distilled in 1999, but yet it's 13 years old in 2024.
Yeah.
So that's magic.
That is magic. I mean, Heaven Hill does make magical bourbon, but yeah, that's pretty good. It was done, 1999, right after Heaven Hill gets the Bernheim Distillery from United Distillers. 13 years in the barrel, and the story goes that the folks who tasted it said there's something very special about this, and so they held it for a special momentous occasion. Yeah. And so this is the 25th year of them having ownership of the Bernheim Distillery, so it's got a lot to live up to.
Yeah. So they would have had to have dumped it 2012-ish, and then put it in some kind of a container that's not going to age it.
Right, some kind of a tote, and just kind of put it in its own room and let it sit there until that momentous occasion or whatever special occasion.
Yeah.
This is the VVS, very, very special, and there has been two other VVSs, 2018 and 2020. I can't remember what those are from. I don't know if they all had this where there had to be some kind of special something going on. I can't remember. This one, we had heard about.
Yeah.
This, when they put them in totes and there's usually something to it. So for the folks who have tasted it that worked at Heaven Hill, they said it was very special. So,
yeah. So yeah, 13 years old. Not old considering, where we've seen things before. It's not a 20 or 23-year-old, which it easily could have been 25 by now. But,
oh, yeah. Yeah.
But from the age standpoint, maybe it just hit its sweet spot at 13. They liked it, which we see that a lot when we're tasting different whiskeys that are still in the barrel. It ebbs and flows from summer to winter to year to year.
It does. And
then you're like, sometimes you can taste it and be like, man, we should have pulled it last year because it was so good last year. And maybe it'll come back around.
What a horrible feeling that is, too, when you're like, oh.
Yeah. So, hey, when it tastes right, dump it.
Yeah, and it, by all accounts, for those folks who are those tasters and that role at Heaven Hill, this evidently was something special.
Yeah.
So,
well, they would know.
Yeah,
they're like,
sure.
We've got to pull this.
Yeah, I've been looking forward
all right,
to doing this.
So let's see here on the nose.
So different mash bill on this also.
Oh, yeah?
It's wheated. So this is it's wheated 6, so it's going to be the standard Larceny 68-2012, which I love that mash bill too. Yeah. I certainly love the authentic Heaven Hill mash bill, but that 68-2012 I'm a fan of.
Yeah.
Man, it's very authentic smelling, if that makes any sense. Yeah, wow.
It's sweeter than I remember. That's a really good nose.
Man, it is a good nose. It's a very authentic Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's what bourbon should smell like.
It is. It's very authentic. And I don't know I hope people understand what I mean by that, but man,
And you're not getting, because it's only 100 proof, it's not offensive. You can really get in there and get your nose in there. I'll come back to it on an empty glass. So let's see what the taste is.
Man, that is good. That is just an absolute authentic American whiskey. A bourbon, a Kentucky bourbon through and through, for sure. I know I'm called a Heaven Hill homer, but I'm telling you what, man.
I'll have to be the unbiased one here.
It's just good whiskey. It's just good. The nose is fantastic. The nose is very different, unique / whatever other superlative you want to put in there, but it's different. It's like going, I don't know. I'm not going to say a vintage bourbon, but it does have a very authentic nose. That's something that could have been, even older than 13 or back in the, early 2000s.
So I'm going to tell you, I'm getting cinnamon.
Staple.
It's
Staple.
which is their weeded mash bill, but I'm still getting that cinnamony kind of a little bit of nutmeg in there, but also I get a little bit of licorice in there.
I can see that.
Just a little bit, not overwhelming, but because the oak, there's a little bit of oak on the finish, but not much.
I might get a little more oak on the nose than I do on the taste. I get a little bit of it, but not offensive, because I know neither one of us are really crazy about oaky tannin type nosing or taste, but it's not offensive at all. Man, I'm a big fan of the nose. Big fan.
But it's also a little sweet. There's a sweetness to it. It's almost like a pumpkin pie. Like it's kind of it's not a heavy pumpkin flavor by any means, but it's those kind of spices that go into a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
To me, that's, your nutmeg and those types of cinnamon. And
if I could have asked one thing, I wish they would not have made this bottled and bond.
Let it go on, be barrel proof.
It's a little light.
Yeah.
It's on the finish. I mean, it's good through and through, but at 119, 123, 126, man, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be just a dynamic whiskey. It is an absolute great whiskey. I'm a big fan of it. Just in the little sip that I've had, I love the nose, but man, that at 100 and
yeah, but at 100 proof, it has a good finish.
it has like I said,
It would
it's
fool
good
you.
through and through.
It would fool you to maybe be in 110 or one.
Yeah, that's the thing with bottled and bond. I love bottled and bond. Of course, I mean Heaven Hill, the staple for bottled and bond. But sometimes you go, dang.
Yeah.
What if they would have?
Oh, I know.
What if they would have let it at barrel proof? But
yeah.
Man, really good. I'm a fan for sure. Like I say, I see why it's VVS. I see why this is a very, very special kind of release. It's a very classic bourbon for sure. Big fan of us having this bottle. Did you say that we have the 18 and the 20 VVS also?
Yeah, we have all of them. We have the full vertical of.
That's cool. That might need to be a flight.
What is it? They're probably 18 bottles now or something, 17.
I'm just of the VVS.
Oh, of the VVS flight?
Yeah, the VVS flight.
That'd be a pricey little flight.
That'd be a pricey little flight, but man, it's good. That's really good whiskey.
Yeah, because it's a tough one. But yeah, on the nose, what are you going to give it?
The nose is probably going to be a little higher than the rest of it. The nose to me is mid-8s for sure.
I'm game for that.
I'm 8.5, 8.6.
It's a good nose. Going back to it on the empty glass, all the same notes. Because like I said, the alcohol wasn't offensive with the full glass at 100 proof. So yeah, I'm not changing mine. Yeah, I'm good with 8.5.
Yeah, and then I think on the taste, I always go back to, you kind of saying that a 5 is the standard.
Oh, it's well above that.
No, I know it is, but it's like, to me, this is an 8.2, 8.3 on the taste. And that to me is a proofing thing.
It is.
I think if it was a bigger proof, this could approach 9 in my book. But 100 proof, I love the bottled and bond.
Because we've tasted the William Heaven Hill 17 and, those Heaven Hill products. Those are 9s.
Those are 9s.
This
man.
is not quite there.
No, it's not. But I think 8.5 on the nose is fair, and I think an 8.2 or 8.3 on the palate. Even the finish, I would say about the same number.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm in the low 8s for a finish as well. Just because it was there initially, but it fades pretty quick.
It does. It does. I mean, so 8.3, 8.4 overall.
Yeah, I'm good with 8.3.
Okay, 8.3. Yeah, I think it's very fair. This is delicious. I don't know how, how much is out there. I don't know how prominent, even how hard it is going to be to get.
Well, it'll be a distillery release only, I would assume. You're only going to get it at the distillery. They'll probably, I don't know if they're doing their announcements anymore or the day before saying what's going to be there. You're just going to have to find your way out there in the morning and see what's available. But
there again, there are a few that I would wait in line for. I'd probably wait in line for this.
Oh, well, considering the novelty of it.
Yeah.
The 13-year, 1999 distilled.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's good. Yeah, it's good.
That's crazy. I'm trying to because through this whole thing, I've been trying to think back. You're talking about 2012, pulling this.
Yeah.
And sitting on it. For a dozen years.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Had to be people in there getting them a little.
They probably had a lot more 12 years ago than they had today. It's like, where did it all go?
Johnny's at lunch again in the whiskey room.
Yeah.
But, no, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm a fan.
Pretty cool. So that's our review of the Old Fitz VVS 2024 Bottled and Bond. See you next time.
See you. Hey guys, I'm Tommy. This is Josh. We're the owners of Watch Hill Proper. We are the largest American whiskey bar in the world. We're located in Louisville, Kentucky. We'd love for you guys to come out and visit us. We offer, elevated cuisine, great cocktail list, and the wall is what people show up to see.
Definitely can satisfy your palate from standpoint of whiskeys, different bourbons, different flights. You can make your own, but we have wines, cocktails. Michael Crouch is our chef.
I was going to say,
amazing food. So we'd love to have you come out and visit. Join us for dinner. Join us for a tasting. Check us out on the website, watchhillproper.com. You can make reservations. You can see our events that we have on the calendar, and we'd love to have you.